Well, Carnival Cruise Line just made a very small and subtle change to their drink package overnight, and it has cruisers online losing their minds. Hey everyone, what's up? This is Jordan with JJ Cruise. Thank you so much for clicking into the video today. Well, I wanted to hop on today and talk about a change that Carnival Cruise Line made overnight, but they made it yesterday on board their ships. And it has people on Reddit and X just totally losing their minds. I don't really know my opinion about it, but I do have an opinion on why they made this change and what is driving these changes in the cruise industry. But I want to hear from some of you because you may have a little bit more intel, especially if you've sailed with Carnival recently. Now, before I get into all of it, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. This is JJ Cruise. We do all things cruising here on YouTube. We are almost to our goal of 100,000 subscribers. If you want to be one of the first 100,000, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like cruise videos like this, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Carnival Cruise Line has made a lot of changes to their drink package in the last 18 months. We've seen the price go up about 40%. We've seen some inclusions as to what is included and what's not included change. And we've seen a really positive change. There's zero proof or non-alcohol package, which recently rolled out for those that don't drink alcohol. I think that's one of the best changes that I've seen come from Carnival in a long time, because I think as we are evolving and living in this world, there's more and more people realizing that alcohol maybe isn't the best thing to constantly be drinking. So a zero proof package just made sense with, I think, the way that the world is moving. But this change that they just made overnight, I don't really know if it's that big of a deal or not, but after reading some comments, I can understand why people are upset. Now, in the past, you've always had a 15 drink minimum with their Cheers beverage package. That has not changed. There's this rule in the cruise industry, and this applies to most cruise lines out there, but you can only get a drink every 5 minutes. So once you go up and, let's say, order your glass of wine, your beer, or your cocktail, you have to wait 5 minutes. Like a clock starts in their system, and they won't be able to run your card again for another drink until 5 minutes has expired. Royal Caribbean has this rule. Carnival has this rule. I think that most of the cruise lines adhere by this policy. Well, overnight, last night, and starting yesterday on board Carnival ships, they have rolled out a new rule that now it's not 5 minutes, it is 10 minutes. So you have to wait 10 minutes from getting a drink until you can get your next beverage in your Cheers package that's going to count towards your 15 drinks. Now, I have not had a Carnival drink package since my very first Carnival cruise in 2017. That is the one and only time that I bought a drink package from Carnival Cruises. So I definitely want to hear from all of you about this. Upon initially seeing this report come out this morning, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And then I got into the depths of the web and I started to read what's going on ships and how this is affecting people and why this is a big deal to some Carnival cruisers. And there are a few points here that people have pointed out that I think are very valid points. The main thing being that they will not allow you to get a cocktail, or let's say even a coffee and a bottle of water in the same transaction or at once. Let's say you want a coffee and a bottle of water to kind of go sit by the pool or go back to your room or choose a place on the ship to read your book. You get that coffee and then you now have to wait 10 whole minutes before you can go back and get a bottle of water. I can see how that can be a little bit aggravating or annoying to people, because maybe you want something with your drink. Maybe you want a cup of tea and a bottle of water. Maybe you want to get a glass of wine and you want some water to go with that. To me, it seems like kind of an easy solution. Bring your reusable cup or mug or Stanley from your house and just fill that up with the free water on the ship. But listen, some people are truly losing their minds over this change. A lot of people are speculating why this change has happened, and people have run into the speculation that, oh, this is because people on Carnival drink too much, they have too many fights, there's too much drunkenness on their ships. But I'm here to tell you right now that I don't believe that that's the case at all. Because if that was truly the case, They would change something like how many drinks you can get in a day or how much alcohol is poured. Maybe they would pay more attention to the alcohol that's being served to certain customers. This has everything to do with their bottom line. They are forcing people to drink slower, which hopefully in return means that they drink less. And every single time we see a change like this or some kind of shift in a policy, it has to do with finances. We know that Carnival has kind of had this up and down rockiness to their financial situation ever since COVID. They were in a lot of debt coming out of COVID. They have had a really strong quarter this past quarter, but there's still a lot of unknowns when it comes to Carnival Cruise Line or even Carnival Corporation's finances and financial situation. At the end of the day, these types of changes are being implemented to keep the brand alive and to make sure that Carnival doesn't go out of business. So while I'm not so sure on if this big change would impact me personally, I do think the bottom line is why Carnival makes changes like this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you someone that goes on Carnival Cruises and always buys that Cheers package? Does this rule impact you or affect you in any way? Do you think this change is completely ridiculous? I want to hear from you in the comments below. Well, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jordan. This was JJ Cruise. And until next time, see ya.